Falcons, I just want to do a quick review with you before you begin working on your test review that can be found on pages 25 to 27 in your packet. This is our multi-step equation test review, and our test is scheduled for next Tuesday. So we want to start preparing, taking our time, making sure we understand. And if you struggle with completing the review guide, then on these virtual days that we're having on Thursday and Friday, please pop into our help sessions and ask some questions. So on number 1, I want to make sure that we are showing work. So remember, either we are rearranging to put like terms together, or we can highlight once we get them. So let's look at number 1. We have 3x plus 12. There's nothing to combine on the left. But when we get to the right, we have the distributive properties. So we need to go ahead and do that. We would have 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 8 is 16. Then I still have plus x minus 6. So there are 4 terms on the right. The x's are like terms. So I want to go ahead, and then your constants would be your other terms. I'm going to highlight. So now I'm going to go ahead and combine like terms. So I have 3x plus 12 equals 2x plus 1x would be 3x. And 16 take away 6 is 10. So I have plus 10. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take away 3x. Well, if I take away 3x on both sides, that leaves me with 12 equals 10. This is never going to be true, so I know my solution set is null, or there is no solution to this problem. Okay, this is the kind of work we want to see on your papers. So you're going to be taking a picture of some of the work that you've done and submitting that. As teachers, we can't help you unless we can see where you're making your mistake. That's why we need to see the work. So on number 2, again, I see a distributive property in this problem. So that's the first thing I need to do. So I do 4x, negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 2 would be a positive 6, plus x equals negative 8. Now I look for my like terms. I have 4x minus 3x plus an x. So this would be 1x plus 1x would be 2x plus 6 equals negative 8. And then I would subtract 6 on both sides. 2x is negative 14. You would divide by 2, and x equals negative 7. So again, I can check my answer on all the equations where I have a solution and see if it is correct. So let's do 4 times negative 7 minus 3 parenthesis negative 7 minus 2 parenthesis plus negative 7. But you have to make sure that you're typing in exactly what you have there. And it did not come up to negative 8, so I need to try this again. So 4 times negative 7 equals negative 28 minus 3 times negative 7 minus 2 is negative 1 plus negative 7, and I do get negative 8 that time. So sometimes you just need to take your time. Maybe something wasn't quite right. with the way the calculator did the order of operations. All right, so that one worked out, and let's look at the following one, the third one. I'm going to change this just a little bit and make this 9x minus 6, okay? So now when I bring this down, this will be the same. 9x minus 6 equals 3 times x is 3x, 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, plus 6x. I find my like terms. 3x plus 6x is 9x minus 6 equals 9x minus 6. If I subtract, well, let's just subtract 9x on both sides, and we get negative 6 equals negative 6. Okay, that is always going to be true. I have the exact same thing. You may have noticed it right here. You could have stopped here and said, oh, these are identical. When I have the same thing on both sides, then this is called identity. And all numbers are solutions. So it doesn't matter what I plug in for x, every number is going to work. All right. So the key point today is to make sure that you show your work in your review guide. Most of the time you can check your answers so you'll know if they're correct or not. And if you have any questions, please check in with your teachers this week. Thanks, Falcons.